Hey there and welcome back to the channel. If you're over the age of 65 and living with diabetes, or you're doing everything you can to keep your blood sugar under control, then you probably already know that what you eat matters more than ever. And today we're going to talk about one food group that a lot of people overlook: nuts. Now, you might think nuts are just a healthy snack, and yes, many are. But here's the deal: some nuts can actually spike your blood sugar, mess with your weight, and even increase inflammation, especially when you're over 65. So in today's video, we're covering the 4 best nuts you should be eating daily to lower blood sugar naturally, and the 4 you should avoid or at least seriously limit, even if they're marketed as healthy. And this isn't just guesswork. Everything we're sharing today is backed by science and practical experience from people over 65 who've seen real results. Let's dive in with the first category, the top 4 nuts you should eat. Number 1, almonds, the all-star blood sugar balancer. If there's one nut you keep stocked in your pantry, let it be almonds. Why? Because almonds are low in carbs, high in protein and fiber, packed with magnesium, which helps regulate blood sugar, and super satisfying, which can curb cravings. 1 ounce of almonds, about 23 nuts, has just 2.5 g of net carbs and nearly 20% of your daily magnesium needs. And magnesium is especially important for older adults because magnesium deficiency is common in people with diabetes. Here's what the research says. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition and Metabolism found that participants who ate almonds before meals experienced lower post-meal glucose spikes, improved insulin response, and a longer feeling of fullness. Plus, almonds help reduce LDL, bad cholesterol, a major bonus for heart health, which becomes more critical after 65. Best ways to eat almonds: a small handful before breakfast or lunch. Sliced almonds in salads or stir-fries. Almond butter on celery or low-carb toast. Tip: stick to raw or dry roasted. Avoid anything labeled honey roasted or glazed; those are blood sugar landmines. Number 2, walnuts. Brain and blood sugar superfood. Coming in hot at number 2, walnuts. As we age, protecting brain health becomes just as important as controlling blood sugar. And walnuts do both. Walnuts are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which support brain function and reduce inflammation. They also contain polyphenol plant compounds that improve insulin sensitivity, lower fasting blood sugar, reduce oxidative stress on cells. One study found that people who consumed walnuts daily had better metabolic health and a reduced risk of type 2 diabetes, even without any major changes in weight or exercise. Why walnuts matter after 65. Did you know that adults with diabetes are at higher risk of cognitive decline and dementia? Walnuts help by improving blood flow to the brain, reducing inflammation, enhancing memory and processing speed. And they taste amazing, whether you add them to oatmeal or snack on a few halves during the day. How to enjoy them: add to morning oatmeal or Greek yogurt. Sprinkle on roasted veggies. Combine with dried herbs and olive oil for a savory topping. Tip: store walnuts in the fridge to keep the healthy fats from going rancid. Number 3, pistachios, the craving crusher. Pistachios might not be the first nut you think of for diabetes, but they should be. These little green gems are high in protein, low in net carbs, rich in vitamin B6, which helps regulate blood sugar and hormones, packed with fiber and antioxidants. Plus, they're fun to eat, and because you have to crack them open, you naturally slow down and eat more mindfully. Pistachios and blood sugar. One study showed that people who ate pistachios twice a day had lower fasting glucose, reduced insulin resistance, and improved cholesterol levels. They also tend to keep you fuller for longer, making them a great option for older adults trying to avoid weight gain or late-night snacking. Smart ways to use pistachios. Eat a small handful mid-morning or mid-afternoon. Sprinkle on a spinach salad with berries. Mix into unsweetened Greek yogurt for crunch. Tip: go for in-shell, lightly salted or unsalted varieties. Avoid anything labeled sweet chili or barbecue. Those come with sugar and additives that your blood sugar won't thank you for. Number 4. Pecans, the sweet nut that won't spike you. Last on our must-eat list, pecans. They're sweet, buttery, and surprisingly low in carbs. In fact, pecans have one of the lowest glycemic loads of all nuts, making them great for diabetics and pre-diabetics alike. They're high in monounsaturated fats, fiber, plant sterols that help lower cholesterol. Pecans can also reduce inflammation and support better blood sugar management when eaten in moderation. How to enjoy pecans: toasted and added to your breakfast bowl, chopped in a salad with vinaigrette, paired with cheese or olives for a satisfying snack. Tip: be mindful of portion size. A little goes a long way, about 15 halves per serving. Welcome back. In part 1, we went over the top 4 nuts diabetics over 65 should absolutely include in their diet: almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and pecans. Now it's time to flip the script. Because while many nuts offer amazing benefits for your blood sugar, not all nuts are created equal, and some can actually do more harm than good, especially as we get older. So in this section, we're going to break down 4 nuts you should avoid or at least seriously limit if you're trying to manage diabetes naturally after age 65. These nuts might look innocent on the shelf, but they're often loaded with added sugars, inflammatory oils, or sky-high sodium that can undo the progress you've made with healthy eating. Let's dive in. Number 1. Honey-roasted or candied nuts. Let's start with one of the biggest offenders: honey-roasted, candied, or glazed nuts. These are often marketed as flavored almonds or sweet nuts, but don't be fooled by the labels. These snacks are usually coated in sugar, corn syrup, honey, or brown sugar, baked with vegetable oils like canola or soybean oil, and sometimes even loaded with preservatives and food dyes. They may start with a healthy nut like almonds or pecans, but the coating turns them into a blood sugar disaster. Here's why they're dangerous for diabetics. The sugar coating can spike your blood glucose almost instantly. Hidden oils promote inflammation and insulin resistance. Most people overeat them because they're so sweet and addictive. And for people over 65, that blood sugar roller coaster can be even more dangerous, causing fatigue, foggy thinking, and weight gain around the belly. Better option? Stick to raw or dry roasted nuts and add your own spices like cinnamon, cayenne, or paprika if you want more flavor without the sugar. Number 2. Trail mix, the sweetened kind. Trail mix sounds like a healthy snack, right? After all, it's full of nuts and fruit. But here's the truth: most commercial trail mixes are blood sugar traps, especially the ones with dried fruit, chocolate chips, and candy pieces. The combo of raisins or sweetened cranberries, yogurt-covered pretzels, candy-coated peanuts, and added oils and salt makes it one of the worst snacks for diabetics. Why it's risky? Dried fruits are extremely concentrated in sugar, often more than candy. Many mixes contain hydrogenated oils, which worsen insulin resistance. It's way too easy to overeat. A few handfuls can equal over 500 calories and 40+ grams of sugar. Even the so-called healthy mixes marketed at big box stores are usually not diabetic-friendly unless you build them yourself. Better option? Make your own trail mix with raw almonds or walnuts, unsweetened coconut flakes, a few pumpkin seeds, and maybe a few dark chocolate chips, 70% or higher. That way you control the sugar and keep your snack blood sugar safe. Number 3. Salted and roasted cashews. Now this one might surprise you: cashews. They're creamy, tasty, and often thought of as a clean snack. But for diabetics over 65, they can be a tricky choice. Here's why. Cashews are higher in carbohydrates than most other nuts. 1 ounce has about 9 grams of net carbs compared to 2 to 4 grams in almonds or walnuts. And the salted, roasted varieties are often made with refined seed oils and lots of sodium. Why cashews can be problematic. That carb load can cause a subtle but significant spike in blood glucose. Too much sodium can raise blood pressure, especially in older adults with hypertension. They're easy to overeat because they're buttery and soft. This doesn't mean cashews are bad, but they should be limited, especially the salted, roasted kind in cans or bags. Better option? If you really love them, choose raw, unsalted cashews and stick to just a small handful, about 10 to 12 nuts at a time. Number 4. Macadamia nut cookies and nut-based baked goods. Here's the thing. The nut isn't the problem. It's what comes with it. Macadamia nuts, on their own, are actually low in carbs and high in healthy fats. But once they're baked into cookies, cakes, muffins, and bars, especially store-bought ones, you're dealing with refined flour, added sugars, hydrogenated oils, and almost zero fiber, all of which cause blood sugar spikes, insulin resistance, and inflammation, especially dangerous after 65 when the metabolism naturally slows. Sneaky sources to watch for: white chocolate macadamia cookies, nut-based granola bars, healthy muffins or banana bread with walnuts or pecans, bakery items that include nuts but also loads of processed ingredients. Even if the front of the package says, made with almonds or contains walnuts, always check the ingredient list and nutrition label. Better option? Enjoy macadamia nuts raw or roasted in small servings, and save baked goods as rare treats. Or better yet, make your own at home with almond flour, stevia, or monk fruit sweetener. Quick recap for nuts or nut products to avoid. Let's recap the NO list. 1. Honey roasted or glazed nuts spiked with sugar and refined oils. 2. Commercial trail mix, high in sugar, sodium, and seed oils. 3. Salted roasted cashews, higher in carbs and often overly processed. 4. Nut-based baked goods, loaded with flour, sugar, and inflammation. Avoiding these options or replacing them with smarter versions can dramatically reduce blood sugar spikes, support better weight control, and help keep your energy and focus steady throughout the day. Part 3 of 3. Welcome back. If you've been with us through parts 1 and 2, you now know the 4 best nuts for diabetics over 65: almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and pecans, and the 4 you should avoid or limit, like honey roasted nuts, sugary trail mix, salted cashews, and nut-based baked goods. Now let's wrap everything up with something practical, something you can start using right away. In this final part, I'm going to share a 7-day nut plan specifically for people over 65 managing diabetes, along with some portion control tricks and easy snack pairings that keep your blood sugar steady and your cravings in check. Let's jump right in. 7-day nut plan for diabetics over 65. This weekly plan gives you 1 simple nut-based snack or meal addition each day. These are balanced, low in sugar, and easy to prep. And most importantly, they actually taste good. Each day highlights one of the recommended nuts, plus a healthy pairing to support blood sugar, digestion, and energy. Day 1. Almond Power Snack mid-morning. 1 small apple sliced. 1 tablespoon unsweetened almond butter. Sprinkle with a dash of cinnamon for extra blood sugar support. Fiber plus healthy fat plus antioxidants equals stable energy. Day 2. Walnut Brain Booster. Afternoon. 1/4 cup Greek yogurt, plain, unsweetened. 1 tablespoon chopped walnuts. A few fresh blueberries, optional. Great for brain health and gut support. Day 3. Pistachio Salad Topper, lunch. Mixed greens with cherry tomatoes, cucumbers, and grilled chicken. Top with 2 tablespoons shelled pistachios. Light vinaigrette or olive oil dressing. Crunchy texture, protein-packed, very satisfying. Day 4, pecan breakfast bowl. Half a cup cooked steel-cut oats. 1 tablespoon crushed pecans. Add ground flaxseed and cinnamon. Sweeten naturally with a few diced strawberries if desired. High in fiber, warm and comforting. Perfect for starting your day. Day 5, almond snack pack. On the go. A 1/4 cup raw almonds. A few slices of cheddar or mozzarella cheese. 1 boiled egg optional. Excellent balance of fat, protein, and minimal carbs, great for travel or work. Day 6, walnut and veggie stir-fry dinner. Sautéed zucchini, broccoli, and red bell peppers. Add cooked chicken or tofu. Toss in 2 tablespoons chopped walnuts just before serving. Rich in fiber and antioxidants, satisfying and blood sugar friendly. Day 7, pistachio and berry yogurt cup dessert or snack. Half a cup plain Greek yogurt. A handful of raspberries or blackberries. 1 tablespoon crushed pistachios. Dash of vanilla extract optional. A perfect low glycemic treat that feels indulgent without the sugar crash. Portion control made easy. Let's be real, nuts are easy to overeat. And while they're healthy, they're also calorie-dense, which means too much of a good thing can still backfire. Here are a few simple tips to keep portions under control without feeling restricted. Use visual cues. 1 ounce almonds equals 1 small handful, about 23 nuts. 1 ounce walnuts equals 14 halves. 2 tablespoons pistachios equals about 49 in-shell nuts. 1 ounce pecans equals around 15 halves. Pre-portion in bags or cups. At the start of the week, portion out 5 to 7 servings of your go-to nut into small zip-top bags or containers. Keep them in the pantry or fridge so they're easy to grab but not too easy to overeat. Don't snack straight from the jar. We've all been there, standing in the kitchen with a can of salted nuts and realizing half of it's gone. Instead, serve yourself a portion in a small bowl. Be mindful, enjoy, and move on. Smart pairings that help you stay full and balanced. Pairing your nuts with the right foods is key for better blood sugar management. Here are some easy combinations to try. Protein plus fat. Nuts plus boiled egg. Nuts plus cheese. Nuts plus roasted turkey or chicken slices. Great for long-lasting energy, especially in the afternoon or post-exercise. Fiber plus fat. Nuts plus fresh veggies, carrots, celery, cucumber. Nuts plus low glycemic fruit, apple, pear, berries. Slows down digestion and helps reduce hunger later on. Probiotic plus fat. Nuts plus plain Greek yogurt. Nuts plus kefir. Nuts plus sauerkraut or kimchi for the brave ones. Supports gut health, which plays a major role in blood sugar regulation. Final reminders: avoid the sneaky pitfalls. Just to reinforce, steer clear of sugar-coated, honey-roasted, or flavored nuts. Nut-based granola bars that contain added sugars and oils. Packaged trail mix with candy, chocolate chips, or dried fruit. Health muffins or cookies that use nuts as a disguise for junk ingredients. Instead, focus on whole, raw, or dry-roasted nuts, clean ingredients, and thoughtful pairings. Final thoughts. If you're over 65, your body may not process carbs and sugars like it used to. But that doesn't mean you have to give up flavor, variety, or satisfying snacks. Nuts, when chosen and used wisely, can be one of the most powerful tools in your diabetes nutrition plan. They help balance blood sugar, curb cravings, support heart and brain health, and keep you full without the crash. Remember, it's not just about avoiding bad foods. It's about making smarter swaps and building meals that support your health at every level. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. Drop a comment below and let us know. What's your favorite go-to nut snack? And how do you make it diabetic friendly? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay strong, stay balanced, and keep making food choices that love you back.